South Louisiana Quiz Bowl Online is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors. MC Bank, sharing the hometown spirit since 1955. Lapco Manufacturing, modern industrial workwear. Barker Honda, Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houma. It's better at Barker. Houma Paint and Industrial Supply, proud supporter of education in the Bayou region. DHD Offshore Services, personnel for inshore and offshore projects. DHD, a workforce that soars. Hello and welcome once again to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Last week in our junior high semifinals, we had the Battle of South Lafourche, and now it is an all-Terrebonne matchup today between Montegut Middle School and Houma Junior High. Good luck to both teams. This is an elimination game. Winner advances to play LaRose Cutoff as we continue on. So good luck. Here we go with a rapid fire. We're dealing with things that begin with the letter Q. The letter Q. Good luck. What the duck called the phony doctor? Grayson.
Quack.
That's right. Canada's French-speaking Layden.
Quebec.
That's right. Director Tarantino's first name. Gabe.
Quentin.
That's right. Pat Mahomes, for example. Or Charlie?
Patrick?
No, quarterback. In Miguel Cervantes' novel, he's the knight errant from La Mancha. That's Don Quixote. What a knight errant sets out on, a search for some ideal. Lane?
Quest.
That's right. Margaret II of Denmark is one. So, Lane?
Queen.
Correct. For strawberries, it's 1/32 of a bushel. For strawberry syrup, it's 4 cups. Brennan?
Quart.
That's right. These particles come in 6 kinds: up, down, top, bottom, strange, or charm. Grayson?
Quadrants.
No, quarks. The minimum number of members who must be present to conduct business. That's a quorum. A billion, 10 to the 18th power. Lane?
Quintillion.
That's correct, and that is the end of the round. Just take a moment and let the players introduce themselves. We'll start with Montegut.
Hi, I'm Eli. I'm in 7th grade and I like to draw and play the saxophone.
Hi, I'm Grayson. I'm in 8th grade, and other than Quiz Bowl, I participate in beta.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and other than Quiz Bowl, I play the French horn.
Hi, I'm Reese. I'm in 8th grade and I like to play basketball.
Grayson is the team captain. Tell us about Montegut.
Montegut Middle is located in southern Terrebonne Parish and serves about 500 students in grades 5 through 8 from the communities of Montegut, Berg, and Pontiac. Led by Principal Jennifer Petrie and Assistant Principal Paige Aber, our school strives to provide a safe and positive environment that enables all students to grow academically and socially. MMS offers a full range of extracurricular activities as well as numerous positive behavior incentives for all students. Our school has been participating in this tournament for more than a decade now, and we thank Mr. Chris Hunter and KWBJ for continuing to provide this academic opportunity.
Thank you, Grayson. Thank you to the faculty sponsor, Ms. Liz Aber. Let's welcome back Montegut Middle School. Here are the players for Houma.
My name is Brendan Winninger, and besides Quiz Bowl, I'm in band.
My name is Layden. Besides Quiz Bowl, I do band.
Hello, my name is Gabe, and other than Quiz Bowl, I do cross country and track.
My name is Lane, and besides Quiz Bowl, I like to make things.
Layden is the team captain. Tell us about Houma.
Houma Junior High, located on the banks of Bayou Terrebonne, is Terrebonne Parish's oldest junior high school, serving approximately 650 students in the 7th and 8th grades, providing the highest quality education to prepare every child for academic success. Houma Junior High provides several academic and extracurricular opportunities to its students. We would like to thank Principal Terrence LeBlanc, Vice Principals Kanika Smith and Justin Ward, sponsors Jeremy Zarang, Chris Hunter, and KWBJ for allowing us to participate in this tournament.
Thank you, Layden. Thank you to the faculty sponsor, Mr. Jeremy Zarang. Let's welcome back Houma Junior High. We continue on with the toss-up bonus round. Here is a 2-point toss-up. An 1874 ad began with "Farmers, take notice, the greatest invention of the age." This advertisement was for, Gabe?
Still plow.
Incorrect. Was for what new, Eli?
Barbed wire.
It was barbed wire. That's right. Bonus question for Montegut. I want you to identify these well-known lakes throughout the world. This lake, located in southern Siberia, is the deepest lake in the world and contains more than 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water.
I defer to Eli.
Buzel?
No, sorry. Houma?
No.
It is Lake Baikal. Montegut, this lake on the border between Peru and Bolivia is the highest navigable lake in the world.
Lake Peru.
Sorry, no. Houma?
No answer.
It is Lake Titicaca. Montague, this lake is the largest lake in Africa and the second largest freshwater lake in the world.
Lake Victoria.
That's correct. 2 points for Montague, and here is a 2-point toss-up. The USS Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor commemorates crew members of a ship sunk in what year? Eli?
1941.
That's correct. Bonus for Montague. I want you to identify these football terms that have dual meanings. A paper bag, or the act of tackling a quarterback before he throws the football.
Sack.
That's right. A breed of dairy cattle, or the shirt worn by a football player.
Jersey.
Correct. The equipment used by a fisherman, or a verb meaning to knock down an advancing football player.
Tackle.
That's right. You got all three for 6 points. Here's a 2-point toss-up. The following excerpt is from what type of non-fictional work? We always had music on Christmas night. My uncle played the fiddle, my cousin sang Cherry Ripe, and my aunt sang Drake's drum. It was very warm and cozy in our little house. Grayson?
A Christmas Carol.
No, sorry. Houma? Looking for an autobiography or a memoir. 2-point toss-up. What profession was shared by Valentina Tereshkova and Yuri Gagarin? Eli?
Astronaut.
I'll accept that. Astronaut or cosmonaut. Bonus question for Montague. I'm going to give you the name of 4 U.S. cities, names of 4 U.S. cities and the state in which they are located. The name of these cities have appeared on a list of the top 20 misspelled cities in our country. I want you to spell the name of the city. Phoenix, Arizona. It's a bonus for Montague.
I defer to Charlie.
PHOENIX.
I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to prompt you. Don't forget to capitalize. Champaign, Illinois. Answer.
Capitalize CHAMPAGUE.
That's incorrect. Houma?
I defer to Lane.
Capital C HAMPAGNE.
No, it's capital CHAMPAIGN. Montague, Tucson, Arizona.
TUSCON.
That's incorrect.
I had to refer to Lane.
Correct. Go.
Capital TUCSON.
That's correct. 2 points for each team. Then we'll go to a 2-point toss-up. Academic texts usually include drawings, photographs, and images that provide examples. Lane?
Chart.
That's incorrect. Provide examples or help clarify material being covered. These embedded visual supplements are called what? Charlie?
Illustrations.
That's correct. Bonus for Montague. The Pythagorean triple consists of 3 numbers that go together to complete the Pythagorean theorem of s squared plus b squared equals c squared. You'll be given the first 2 numbers in a triple. You give me the last number. 3 and 4. Your answer?
6.
That's incorrect. Houma?
9.
No, it's 5. 3 squared plus 4 squared equal 5 squared. Montague, 9 and 12.
Pass.
Houma?
15.
15 is correct. Montague, 18 and 80. 18 and 80.
$98.
No, sorry. Houma?
160.
No, it's 82. 2 points for Houma there. And here is a 2-point toss-up. In America, periodicals and newspapers have the right to print virtually any news. This right, based on the First Amendment, is freedom. Gabe?
Freedom of speech.
That's incorrect. Montague? Eli?
The press.
Freedom of the press is right. Bonus question for Montague. I want you to identify each of these physics terms. the type of energy that is stored.
Potential.
That's right. A word that begins with an A, ends with an E, and refers to the amount of energy that a wave is carrying.
Active.
That's incorrect. Houma?
No answer.
It is amplitude. Montague, any material that allows electricity or heat to pass through it.
Conductor.
That's correct. You got 2 right for 4 points. And that is the end of the round. Welcome back to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Here's a new player coming into the game for Montague.
Hey, my name is Caleb. I'm in 8th grade, and other than Quiz Bowl, I'm in band.
All right, welcome to the game. Montague leading Houma as we continue on in this junior high semifinal. 2-point toss-ups coming at you. What name is missing in the last line of this song? The winds have blown over the ocean. The winds have blown over the sea. The winds have blown over the ocean and brought back my... Eli?
Annabelle Lee.
Incorrect. Brought back my who to me. Houma? Brought back my Bonnie to me. The present participle of the word munch is... Brennan? Incorrect. Eli?
Crunch.
No, munching. What substitute affixed to pottery in a kiln renders the surface impervious to water? It is glaze. Sorry. The chief law enforcement officer of a county or parish is Grayson.
A sheriff.
That's right. What religion that teaches a belief in reincarnation and that all people are equal was founded by a man in India known as the Enlightened One? I'm sorry, Grayson. Wait.
Buddhism.
I'm sorry. Let's throw that question out and continue. What might a geometrician define as a closed straight line figure of 3 or more sides? Brennan.
Triangle?
No, sorry. Eli?
Polygon.
That's correct. What's the simplest technique to remove gold from placer deposits? Brennan?
Panning?
Correct. Journalistic essays in which newspapers express an opinion as opposed to news stories in which events are supposed to be reported without bias are called? Eli?
Inquirers.
Incorrect. Houma? Brennan?
Writer?
No, they're editorials. And that is the end of the round. Montague still in the lead as we go to our 60-second rounds. Houma, you have first choice of categories. You've got parts of speech, famous firsts, art, or variety.
Parts of speech.
Parts of speech, all right. I want you to tell me which of the 8 main parts of speech are exemplified in the following. Good luck. Dog in the sentence, the dog is lazy.
Noun.
That's right. Worthy in worthy is the lamb.
Adjective.
Correct. Runs in John runs every
Verb.
other day.
Verb.
Correct. Promptly in that started promptly.
Adverb.
Correct. On as in I'm on a roll.
Noun.
Incorrect. Yet in the weather was fair, yet we had a lousy time.
Conjunction.
Correct. I in I think, therefore I am.
Noun.
Incorrect. Wow in wow, that's unbelievable.
Onomatopoeia.
No. 2 in it takes 2 to tango.
Adjective.
Correct. Fast in she drives very fast.
Noun.
That's incorrect. You can stop the clock. I got 6 right for 12 points. Give the others to Montague. On, as in I'm on a roll. Answer?
Adverb.
No, it's a preposition. I in I think, therefore I am.
Pronoun.
That's right. Wow in wow, that's unbelievable. Answer?
Adjective.
No, interjection. Fast in she drives very fast. Answer?
I defer to Eli.
Adjective.
No, it's an adverb. You got 1 right for 2 points. And your category now, Montague, famous firsts, art, or variety.
Famous verse.
Okay. We have 60 on the clock. Good luck. Name the first book printed by Gutenberg.
The Bible.
That's right. What is forbidden by the first commandment?
Murder.
Incorrect. What message was sent on Morse's first telegram?
SOS.
Incorrect. What was the recording on the first phonograph record?
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's right. Who was the first American woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Angelo.
No. Who was the first child star to be honored at the Academy Awards?
Temple.
Correct. What is the first prize in modern Olympic competition?
Gold.
More specific.
Gold medal.
Correct. Name the first country to host the Summer Olympics.
Greece.
Correct. Name the first heavyweight. Answer.
Muhammad Ali.
That's incorrect. You got 5 right for 10 points. Houma gets the others. What is forbidden by the first commandment? Answer.
Sin.
No, it's idolatry. What message was sent on Morse's first telegram?
Huh? Hello world.
No. What hath God wrought? Who was the first American woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Emily Dickinson.
No, it was Pearl Buck. Name the first heavyweight. That's as far as I got.
Sugar Ray Robertson.
No, it was John L. Sullivan was the first heavyweight boxing champ. No points for that. And that is the end of the round. Let's take a break. More South Louisiana Quiz Bowl when we come back. South Louisiana Quiz Bowl Online is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors. MC Bank, sharing the hometown spirit since 1955. Lapco Manufacturing, modern industrial workwear. Barker Honda, Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houma. It's better at Barker. Houma Paint and Industrial Supply, proud supporter of education in the Bayou region. DHD Offshore Services, personnel for inshore and offshore projects. DHD, a workforce that soars. Welcome back to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Reese has come back into the game for Montegut, who leads Houma, as we wrap things up here with our toss-ups, 2-point toss-ups. Good luck. In French, the word is mal. What is it in English? It is bad, or similar words. Name the crime involving the unlawful hanging of a person by Lane.
Lynching.
That's right. North America, South America, and Europe each has a major mountain range that begins with the letter A. In Layden?
Andes.
Keep going.
Appalachians. Alps.
That's right. The ecological boundary between the tundra and the forest is known as what? Lane?
Wasteland.
Incorrect. Montague? Charlie?
The taiga.
No, the tree line or the timber line. At the end of the Spanish-American War, Spain ceded Cuba and what other major Caribbean? Layden?
Guam.
Incorrect. What other major? Reese?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is correct. What adjective indicates those mid-latitude forests of trees that lose their leaves during winter months? Eli?
Deciduous.
Correct. In Lord of the Flies, what is used to call meetings and also functions? Eli?
A conch shell.
That's right. In what decade was the U.S. Constitution ratified? Eli?
The 1780s.
That's right. This is from what story? There are plenty of people in Avonlea and out of it who can attend. Grayson?
Anne of Green Gables.
Correct. In customer service, what is a 4-letter synonym for a tip? It's a gratuity. Rearrange the letters in the word meteor to come up with a synonym for distant or secluded. Lane?
Remote.
That's right. This is from what story by Poe? Down the blade swung, now barely 2 feet from my body. I was sure I could smell the cold steel as it reached to make the final strokes. Eli?
The golden bug.
No, sorry. Houma? Layden?
Raven.
No, it's the pit and the pendulum. What style of painting is named after a regular?
Cubism.
Brennan. That's correct. Cubism or cubist. Everything exerts a force on everything. That's a simple explanation of Newton's law of what? Lane?
Gravity.
Correct. The invention of what engine originally developed for draining mines but rapidly put to use? Brennan?
Steam engine.
Correct. All the plants in a given area comprise its flora, while all the animals, Lane?
Foliage.
Incorrect. All the animals in the area comprise its what? Eli?
Fauna.
That's right. What are the antecedents of the pronoun in this example? Boris and Natasha had completed their plans for bringing new worlds of woe to flying squirrels and antlered mammals. Brennan?
And?
No, sorry. Montague? Eli.
Pronoun.
No, they are Boris and Natasha. A person who attaches stuffing, springs, cushions, and covering fabric to furniture is employed in what craft? Gabe.
Carpeting.
No, sorry. Montague. It is not in time. Upholstery. How many tiles, 10 inches square, will be needed to cover a wall measuring 5 feet by 20 feet? 10 inches square, 5 feet. Brennan?
10.
That's incorrect. 5 feet by 20 feet. Reese?
100.
No, it's 144. What is an EMT doing when she presses 2 fingertips against Lane?
Check for the pulse.
That's right. What ism developed to promote the rights and interests of women in society? Brennan?
Pass.
Montague? Eli?
Feminism.
That's correct. Name the flat, wingless external parasites the size of sesame seeds that bite and suck blood. Lane?
Tick.
No, sorry. Montague? Grayson?
Fleas.
No, looking for lice. You sail out from San Diego toward Hawaii. The first feature of North America that you sail over is the continental what? Brennan?
River.
No, sorry. Eli?
Divide.
No, shelf. And that is the end of the game. Montague is the winner today. They advance on here in the semifinals, and they will play Monroe's Cutoff next week for a chance at the championship game. We'll say goodbye to Houma for this season, all 8th graders. Looking forward to seeing all of you playing for Terrebonne in the near future. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week on South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Good night.